Yeah, Uzi. People's Perp Band. Word.
Touring up, selling out shows. Made a call following like Jim Jones.
I just want to test and make sure we're all set up. It looks like our audio levels are good here. I'm like a regular goddamn Bill Gates out here. I'm like fucking Steve Handjobs. What kind of chips you got, Rod? Ooh, the sour cream. Ooh, damn. It's the good shit right there.
They just dropped Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle.
Ooh, that sounds good. I didn't watch the Kane one. There's one with, and ladies and gentlemen, it's Kane!
Bischoff, you turn the camera off, and I'll be naked when you come back.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen and listeners all around the world, welcome to the one, the only People's Pipe Bomb.
Ow, ow. We're live on the internet, and by live I mean I'm taping this shit because, you know, I don't expect this to go perfectly well the first time. Hey! And welcome to the People's Pipe Bomb, the pro wrestling podcast where we lobby for the jobbers, advertise for the body guys, and amuse the marks while we recap and react to the world of wrestling. And gentlemen, it is a crazy fucking world right now, in all aspects, wrestling included. But given the circumstance, how's everybody doing? How y'all feeling? You feeling good?
I'm doing all right.
All right, cool. We're doing this video chat style for the first time ever on remote, so that's pretty interesting. I got in the Google Hangout right over here, we got the doctor of wrestling psychology, Dr. Grayson Board.
Whoa.
How you doing?
Dude, don't say that too loud in these times.
I was going to ask for your opinion as a doctor.
I don't want anybody to know that I'm in here being a doctor, because then they're going to want stuff from me, and I'm going to get sick, and then y'all are going to get sick just from Google Hangouts and with me. So
they're going to want the malaria shit that Trump's saying works.
Let's keep the MD a little bit on the hush.
It ain't an MD anyway, bro. It's a PhD. Let's be real.
Okay.
But they're taking all kinds. They're taking all kinds.
Honestly, any sort of a doctor. I don't want it.
And then over here, after munching down on a sweet sandwich and having the nice Hearst chips, the classic combo, I got my man, 2 T's, 2 D's, COVID-19, let my man free! Fat Rod, ladies and gentlemen.
How you people doing out here today?
I can barely hear you through your mask, bro, but you look like you're staying safe, though.
Yeah, man. This mask is my Nick Foles mask. Shout out to Nick Foles, the newest Chicago Bear.
Woo! Nick Foles.
Greatest quarterback to ever live.
Hashtag Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles.
Super Bowl, he brought that motherfucker here.
He did. Go Birds. Go Birds forever. I think they should have shut down the NFL after we won the Super Bowl. They should have just canceled the shit then. Now we got Tom Brady on the Bucks and all sorts of dumb shit.
Andy Reid got a Super Bowl.
Andy Reid got one. That was nice. I do appreciate Big Red getting one. What's up, Rob? What are you doing? You giving us the smoky bedroom eyes over here?
Man, I'm laying back down, getting comfortable.
Why the fuck not, man? I'm over here like a ding-dong with my lovely studio set. Wear my Switchblade shirt. Shout out Switchblade. Which brings me to my first point, I guess, of the program. We're going to do a little thing we like to call Welcome to Japan. Anyway, yeah, I got the audio and shit going on the Ableton. You guys can't hear that, but I'm playing the bumper. Ooh, fire beats. Just crushing it. Oh, you guys are missing on my sweet DJing that's going terribly. Anyway. But yeah, so wanted to mention, shout out New Japan. They were the first to be affected by the whole global coronavirus thing as far as wrestling is concerned, as far as I know. So I believe it was sometime in mid-February, Grayson. Is that correct? That they canceled their dates up through the end of March.
That sounds about right. You said yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it was a little bit earlier than the U.S., of course. All the U.S. promotions were still doing shows live, but they, instead of doing shows without a audience, which a lot of people are doing right now, New Japan just announced that they were canceling shit all the way through March and then seeing where it's going from there. I'm assuming they're still canceled for the foreseeable future. What happened before that? I guess we got Naito defended. I don't know if we did talk about that. And then Stardom's doing shows still without an audience, right, Grayson?
Yep. Been watching them. Hey, they're free on YouTube, everybody.
Free on YouTube?
Stardom shows. Yeah, they're free on YouTube. I've been sending y'all links. I know you're not watching them, but...
I'm not here right now.
I seen the wrestling background links.
Yeah. Yeah, Keith, you see that? Oh, well, whatever. We don't have to talk about this right now.
But, yeah, so we got... So, just if you're listening to this, if you're tuning in on YouTube, we're going to post this up on YouTube. Still some Stardom going on. If you want to check that out, New Japan on hiatus until further notice. Yeah, what else do I want to say regarding... yeah, so we're going to be putting this up on YouTube, so shout out YouTube viewership. Hello, everybody. Please feel free to subscribe to the page. Check out our SoundCloud, of course. All of our stuff is at People's Pipebomb Pod. And my Cash App is at Cold Keith if you want to just throw money at me, because these trying times, if you got the Skrilla, please feel free to share alike, right? Anybody else want to plug any of their Venmos or shit?
Send my money to Keith.
Yeah, I'll distribute it to the boys, don't worry. Gotta take care of everybody.
Yeah.
Whole squad eating.
Send money to Keith. I guess you could send money to like some charity or something.
Fuck charity. What about me?
or Keith. You know, either way. We're all out here struggling. You know.
Shit's hard, bro.
Just give your money to people.
Yeah, anybody you know, yeah, that needs some shit, give them some money. What else? Moving on. Gonna talk a little bit. You guys want to just jump into Wrestlemania now? Talk Wrestlemania, or do you want to go to AEW first? I guess. Really?
Oh, I was gonna say also Wrestle Talk. Wrestle Talk had a cool, like little indie show, I think, because stuff was getting shut down.
Yes.
And they were already, I think, planning on having this show, but then as a result of like, you know, all the indies and New Japan and stuff getting shut down, they had like Will Ospreay and B. Priestley
had a match together,
show, which was dope. That was actually a really good show with no crowd. It was like, I think the first show I had seen with no crowd to begin this whole thing.
Yeah.
I think it was before the Stardom show. I might be wrong about that, but
first time I saw a show with no crowd through this was I think it was the SmackDown was the first one that had no crowd. The WWE SmackDown from the Performance Center, where they started with that tag match between Sasha and Bayley and Nikki and Alexa. Right. Nikki was trying to get the crowd into it, and Triple H was on commentary like, "Yep, that's definitely not going to help, Nikki. All right."
Yeah, they definitely had some growing pains in the beginning with the no crowd thing. It was very apparent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, WWE has a sort of an uphill battle with the way that they run their company, because everything is so very regimented, and when you don't have an audience to play off of, it's sort of like, you know, the nuts and bolts show a little bit more, I think, you know? It's better, it's a little easier if you can go off the cuff more, which I didn't really, you know, I haven't really seen them doing. Rob, what do you think about the WWE shows as of late?
Wrestling is trash right now.
Facts.
Top to bottom, wrestling is trash right now.
Top to bottom?
Yeah. It's just not enough selling.
There's not enough selling in the world.
Nobody's selling WrestleMania. I haven't gotten a WrestleMania finger point since Elimination Chamber.
They should just be pointing at shit.
Oh man,
I don't know. Wrestling should probably have just gotten shut down till further notice.
You said Elimination Chamber. I forgot about that. I don't think we potted since then.
No, did we even talk about Elimination Chamber?
I don't think we did. Rod and I were in the building.
I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, Rod and Grayson were at Elimination Chamber, and that was a fucking shit show.
Yeah, for real.
You know what? No, Elimination Chamber was good.
It was
Elimination.
Well, by comparison to what's going on now, it was fucking genius. It was WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
I definitely had fun. Yeah, I don't know.
It was. I feel like it was a good show. I feel like it was because I've rewatched it. Like I seen it live and then seen it at home, and I feel like I was a little bit more satisfied even at home with how good I thought some of the matches and spots was.
The tag team Elimination Chamber match was actually really good. I enjoyed that.
It was very good. I still
Ms.
prefer.
Morrison going
I still
over.
like how they did Shayna. I like exactly how they booked Shayna in her match.
Yeah,
Like,
I think they could have
it,
refined it a little bit more as far as like keeping the pace up, but the way she was booked, like she had to win. She did a great job. She just kicked everyone's ass. Yeah, I mean you couldn't ask for anything else really from her personally.
I mean, you could ask for a 3-way with Asuka, but that's a
Yeah.
lot of work.
I mean, well, you know, shit is what it is.
Asuka, Becky, and Shayna could probably. I feel like that match could probably steal the show on any card, but
Yeah.
My feelings are still hurt from what happened to Asuka last WrestleMania.
They'd be
Some people
burying
may ask,
every time Mania comes around. They're burying Asuka.
Yeah, I mean, not she's tag champ. In a
Which
tag
they never
division
do
that doesn't matter.
anything with that fucking
Right,
belt.
in a tag division that doesn't matter. And then Kyrie is I think stuck in Japan or something, so they can't even defend the belts. I don't think.
Yeah, Kyrie's not. She's either not in country or she's just not available for this shit. So.
Yeah. There was. I think it was like she. Remember when the whole she's getting married thing was going on, and everybody's like, "Oh,
was it just on Raw?"
Was she just on Raw? I don't think so. I watched Raw.
No, I feel like I seen Kyrie Zane's, but maybe I was watching.
Asuka
lying.
like had a
Definitely
burial
watching
match
old.
against that girl whose name I can't remember with the locks. She
you're talking
buried
about.
her real quick, like a squash match.
That's good. That's what we want.
I mean, that was like basically Raw, other than one match, was like all squash matches.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch Raw this week, and it's like the week of WrestleMania, and I'm like, fuck it. Like, there's an Undertaker promo where he
There was
like
a couple
fucks
good
up
promos.
AJ Styles.
Undertaker and Styles are doing the best they can. They had some alright promos. I liked that.
What do you think of them bringing the American Badass? Fucking
I mean,
ass clowns.
At this point, like, what else can they be doing? Like, I don't know. I mean, you gotta keep switching it up every once in a while with the Undertaker.
I mean, it's already tasteless
He's been
enough to
wrestling
be.
for like 30 years.
Yeah, it's already tasteless enough to be doing a fucking graveyard match during a fucking
Boneyard,
deadly
Boneyard.
pandemic. Boneyard, you're right. That
Boneyard.
makes it sound cute and funny. It's a boneyard.
I don't know. I'm actually really hyped. I'm excited for that match. I think this might be my favorite. This has the potential to be my favorite Undertaker match in years.
Yeah.
Because, just like The Undertaker and The Fiend, I feel like having a kind of sound stagey,
Gimmicky.
almost movie-type feel is their best friend, really.
Yeah.
No crowd, you can, like, kind of shoot it like a movie. They might actually be able to get this supernatural shit over.
That's what I was saying about it. Like, honestly...
Undertaker and Brock had a match that was better than their WrestleMania match, post-WrestleMania also.
You said Taker and Brock?
Taker and Brock, yeah.
They had a match that was better than their their WrestleMania match was shit, to be honest.
They generally
feel
work
like,
pretty well
like
together.
Taker he did have like a redeemed match versus Brock. It was like Hell in a Cell. The one where he like sits up and they're both like laughing at each other.
Yes, from the fucking gifts.
That match was good. Like that was probably the best Taker I've seen since like
the Shawn Michaels shit.
Nah. Before Shawn Michaels, probably Punk maybe.
Oh, wow. Damn,
Like
going back.
That was probably what 12, because Shawn Michaels was before that. So I would I would probably say like probably the CM Punk match. That was probably his best match since then.
I don't think WWE's really taken full advantage yet of the no house thing, because there's ways to like make it more theatrical to play it up.
Like Cancel the live shows. Fuck live. Edit everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Edit everything. Add some crazy shit. Do different camera angles than you normally do. Dim the fucking lights so I'm not just seeing a bunch of empty chairs. Why are you putting out fucking chairs? That makes no sense to me.
Like the venue swap for Mania though, like for how they changed the look, the style. Pretty sure they'll put up a bunch of shit. I think it's gonna be people. I don't think it's gonna be an empty arena. I think it's gonna be like all the wrestlers get to invite like 5 people down or some shit. Like I still feel like they're gonna have like
something going on.
People in that building, yeah. For sure.
I don't know how they wouldn't get shut down if they were doing that. But
well, they already taped it.
Yeah,
that's the good thing about WrestleMania is compared to the live shows they were doing, this one has clearly already been taped, you know, so they have a lot of play. I'm saying, are they still doing Bray Wyatt, John Cena? Last we heard, that's still on?
Yeah, I think.
I think they recorded that. So what I'm saying, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, decapitates John Cena. Book it. I want to see some crazy shit.
What they should do, WWE has all this Saudi money. Can't they like video game style, just like put some CG people in the crowd? Like, you know how when you're playing like the old wrestling games and you just got like random pixelated people just like going like this and cheering?
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not just fuck around? And put a green screen back there. They're wrestling in like the fucking rainforest.
WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
Oh man, or even better, they could do it like a Roman Reigns segment after the fact, you know, like a Roman Reigns, you know, promo or something, like months later, where they just like somebody says something that just cuts to some like other crowd cheering, like some.
Yeah, they should not even touch. They should just
random crowd.
That's how you book a Roman Reigns Goldberg match. Just like deep fake the shit. Just don't even have them touch. Just see. Or just do all simulations in 2K. Just have it all in fucking 2K.
Oh man, from what I hear, that game is very glitchy. I have not played a 2K game in a long time.
I couldn't figure out how to work 2 years ago, whatever the fuck 2K that was. Corey bought it because I was like, yo, WWE 2K, gotta check this shit out. And so I couldn't get a match off, man. We were getting buried. I wasn't getting shit over.
You got to play that Fire Pro.
I was laying in some punches, though. I was getting my shit in. Couldn't do a suplex to save my fucking life.
It was a punch kick fest.
Yeah, it was a brawl.
It was like an Axel Rotten Balls Mahoney match.
Yeah, it was looking like some Terry Funk now trying to wrestle. But gentlemen, I was saying let's go through the card at WrestleMania 36 and kind of see. A couple things. Let's predict who we think is going to win. And then secondarily, let's talk about whether or not the match is going to work.
Okay. All right.
And, you know, when I say work, I mean get over without an audience. Like, is the match going to be a good match, or is it going to be like, what the fuck are they doing out there? So, first up, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's Championship. Rhea coming in with the belt. What do we think?
It's interesting. There was a lot of talk about Charlotte wanting to maybe go to NXT.
Yeah.
You know, if Charlotte wins this match and wins the NXT belt, I mean, I guess she's going to be on NXT more.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool, having Charlotte, you know, wrestle Io and Bianca.
Yeah.
I don't know, some of these other girls, Shotzi Blackheart. You know, they put over kind of big on Wednesday.
She's got like a weird little tank she comes out in. Everybody loves that. Little tank girl metal shit.
Yeah, but to say tank girl. You know, I don't know if Rhea needs the NXT belt because it seems like they're going to put her in the main roster anyway.
Yeah, so, I really don't know what the fuck is going on with that. But yeah, I mean, that could go either way. What are you thinking? So you're saying Charlotte wins?
I think Charlotte probably wins. Do I think the match works? We'll see. We'll see. Again, as I've said before, I'm a little bit, I won't say over Rhea Ripley. Rhea Reigns now, yeah.
She is Rhea Reigns, getting that poosh.
I'm a little bit over Rhea Reigns at the moment. I think I might like her a little bit more on the main roster.
The main roster.
The main roster.
The roster, eh?
Yeah, the roster.
What do you think? What do you think, Rod? What do you think? What do you think? Who's gonna win this shit?
I mean, Charlotte's gonna win. That's for sure. I don't know. This match actually is up in the air right now. Like, I just don't got Rhea Ripley being able to get nobody else over in NXT.
Yeah.
So that's why I think she's definitely going to lose and give the belt to Charlotte, who can possibly put over like 2-3 people in like a weekend.
Yeah, she could definitely. Well, she could sort of occupy that space that Shayna was previously, where she's like, they keep feeding her baby faces until somebody gets like an organic push, and she keeps putting people over.
I feel like Charlotte is lined up to probably put over Bianca Belair.
Yeah, definitely
over Rhea Ripley. I feel like that's the bigger job. I feel like getting Rhea Ripley's name out there, one, Wrestlemania, more people going to see her. Alone just wouldn't be in WrestleMania. Then putting her in the ring with Charlotte, I guess, she gets the popularity and notoriety that they're definitely looking for to build her brand.
Mm-hmm.
But, Charlotte can't fucking lose this match. Like she does. To me, it was a waste. The Rocket got strapped to Rhea Ripley in fucking November in War Games. So I think it's time that they can.
Yeah, it's been a minute. She hasn't really
passed the torch at NXT, but this was the wrong match. I think it should have been Becky versus Rhea Ripley, because Becky never had the NXT title, and I just think that story makes more sense.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like sending Charlotte, like, to me, low key, like, if it wasn't for the USA Network, going back to NXT would be a fucking demotion for Charlotte, for real. But because it is on national TV and they're competing on Wednesdays, it's kind of like necessary at the moment. But I got Charlotte winning just so she can make the transition from the main roster shows back to NXT. To, possibly do future work with a couple other people, but I don't think they'll just serve her up like Bianca Belair right away. They'll probably save some of that for probably like maybe Money in the Bank or SummerSlam for real.
Word. I'm getting a good shot of your Eagles hoodie. That's a nice hoodie, man.
Thank you, man. My mother bought this for me.
It's a beautiful hoodie.
She ever bought for me.
Thank you, moms. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm thinking Charlotte goes over. I don't think the match is gonna be particularly good. I mean, I like Charlotte a lot. Rhea, I don't know if she's gonna be able to have a match without a crowd. I don't know what that's gonna look like. We're gonna find out. Next one.
I mean, they haven't said that there's gonna be no crowd.
That's true.
So that's one thing. I mean, so it's like I'm still being slightly optimistic.
They might do something like AEW was doing, where they have like the wrestlers as the crowd. I mean, they should have stole that idea immediately, in my opinion, because I feel like that has been working as best as you can with the circumstance, because then it just sounds like a shitty indie show that like 15 people are at.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be that, or I mean, they could definitely turn the lights down. That could make a difference too. But I don't know. I think with everybody having the notice that it's not going to be a regular show and it's going to be in a smaller venue, that they just gotta dig a little bit deeper this week.
Yeah. Next up, just sort of a news, not really an update, but it's been floating around. Roman Reigns has been pulled from the Goldberg-Roman Reigns championship match for the Universal Championship that Goldberg has, because he's immunocompromised as a dude who's had leukemia twice, and they had him employed and hanging out there probably longer than he should have been. I don't know if he pulled the plug or somebody in the company was like, you know what? It's going to be a real bad look if you get terribly ill, so you should probably go home. But so he's out, and they put Braun Strowman in there.
Goldberg in a fucking empty arena. It's probably better if they just send Goldberg some squash, and we'll think about taking the belt later.
Well, they gave him Braun Strowman, which is a fucking... I don't know. I think that's a fucking crazy idea.
I think that's more of a dirt sheet thing than it is like legit. Like even on like Raw and NXT, they were still promoting Roman versus Goldberg.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not doing
I
that
mean,
shit though.
like throwing Braun's name out there, it's only good for Braun if he wins the belt. Like,
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, how can Goldberg beat? I'm just thinking, okay, Goldberg's finisher.
Yeah. He couldn't get the Fiend up.
can't-
How is he gonna jackhammer Braun Strowman?
Exactly my point. I can't see Goldberg winning the
Suplex.
match because I can't see him getting his finisher off.
He might just have to spear him like 10 times.
no jackhammer, straight suplex.
Yeah.
Or again, CGI that shit. Put like a fucking a wire on Braun's back and do some like Ang Lee shit.
Yeah,
Do some
yeah.
John
like
Woo
you're saying.
Ang Lee shit.
Braun should just turn heel.
Crouching Tiger, hidden Strowman out here.
He should choke slam Goldberg through every table in the arena that they got, and
Just start coughing on people. Go real
Yeah,
heel with it.
we come to hell that road we got to get the belt from because we know it's next. But it's about time that Braun touched the belt if he does get it. Like, I remember like 3 years ago he was saving the belt every time it looked like Roman was about to win. He would stop Roman from winning. He did that shit like 6 times in a year, and it was like a thing, you know. It was just like they built Braun up so much that it's just I don't even want to see him with the belt no more.
And they didn't do shit with it. Speaking
Yeah,
of
they
guys,
kept giving him just enough of a push to make people love him, and then they would never give him a belt or any sort of like.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the way you fix WrestleMania is just let Bray Wyatt beat John Cena and Goldberg in the same night.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
that would be nice.
I like that.
I think that's an easy fix.
Big night for Bray. Do some Firefly Funhouse shit. Some creepy, like, you know, like make it a movie. You know what I mean?
He should let the Fiend beat John Cena and then return Bray Wyatt at the main event versus Goldberg with the rocking chair.
I want to see Matt Riddle versus Goldberg. I want to see them just shoot fight.
That'd have been great. That'd be great.
An asshole. He wouldn't. I just feel like he just wouldn't do the job. He would be trying to negotiate the work.
Oh yeah, no, he would definitely like try to fight Goldberg, and Goldberg would want to beat his ass, and then and everybody would get a concussion.
This is reminding me of that the dark side of the ring.
Oh yeah, well we'll talk about that a little bit later. I want to save that.
Yeah.
What do we got? So I don't think it's really worth predicting that one's Goldberg.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Unfortunately, again, I don't see how he's gonna finish it, but we'll see. We'll see.
What else we got? Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler for the Raw Women's Championship. Who you got? Does Bex retain?
I think. I was gonna say I think the smart thing to do would be have Shayna win.
Yeah.
But I think Becky will probably win.
Yeah, they don't like to do the smart thing with Becky. They've been just putting her over since last year's Mania.
Yeah, I think having Shayna win makes way more sense. Okay, this is the one thing. If they can, the one way I can see Becky winning and it still being good is if Ronda comes out somehow.
Ooh. Well, that's probably what they were going to do before the world ended.
Right. If Ronda comes out and influences the match somehow, or even like let's say Becky wins, and then like Ronda comes out and she and Shayna like beat the shit out of Becky.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just ends with like, you know, Becky still wins, but now Ronda's back, and then like, you know, these two are now ganging up on her. That's the only way I can really see it happening. Like, I'd rather see either just Shayna win clean, or Ronda comes out and distracts Becky and Shayna wins not clean with like a roll up or whatever, a choke from behind while she's distracted. I feel like that'd be dope, but
I don't see Ronda taking like this secondary role to Shayna having the belt. So I don't think she'll get involved. I don't think Ronda's coming back until the summer at least. Because she definitely, you gotta remember, she lost a part of her finger a couple months ago.
Oh right.
Oh yeah, man.
Like, I don't even know if she's like 100% healed from it. Like, she legit lost a finger, like the top of her finger. So but it's just like her playing secondary to Shayna Baszler. I feel like the company hasn't invested that much into Shayna Baszler to even put Ronda in a shadow like that. Where, like, maybe both of them get the belts on opposite shows, and then, you know, and they just jumping on each other's show. Oh, we got the belts now. But I think Baszler gonna choke her out. I think Becky wants to. She gonna need the underdog spot when she comes back.
Yeah, maybe do like
Baszler gotta have a little reign of terror.
maybe
What
do
I think
like
next is,
a Sans color WrestleMania 13 Stone Cold Bret Hart spot where she passes out and they curfew to clutch. She's like, I'm not gonna tap, but she like passes the fuck out.
That's not doing Baszler no help though. Like, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, it does. She knocked out Becky Lynch.
Nah, she got tap.
She's not gonna tap. They're not gonna have her tap. No way she's gonna tap.
This should have been a submission match from the jump though.
Yeah, no, you're right. It should have been. There's only so many logical submission matches that you could do in WWE in general. That would be one of them.
I mean, when both their finishers is submissions, that's
You got the disarmer and you got the curfew to clutch. What's not to love?
Yeah.
What else we got? I don't want to go through the whole card, obviously. I'll just do like bigger matches because there's a million fucking things. Because WrestleMania is 2 nights this year.
Yeah. Woohoo.
And the second night, I'm hanging out with my lady. I'm gonna make some pheasant. I got a fucking pheasant, Rodney. I got some frozen pheasant. So, shout out to my wife. I love my wife. We're having our 10-year dating anniversary. We're married now. But when we started dating, it was 10 years ago. So we're going to celebrate that.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing this weekend.
Congrats.
Night 2. Thank you. But I'm watching night 1. We're definitely going to live video chat, fellas, while night 1 goes on and see exactly how the fuck all that goes down. What do we got?
I can't guarantee I'll be there for that.
That's fine.
That's cool.
Yeah,
We could just
WrestleMania is
text.
getting
You want
late
to
in the middle of
text?
the night.
You want to just like DM each other? You send me a GIF. You send me a funny GIF. Anyway, here's a match that I'm really sad as far as I feel bad for Drew McIntyre, man. I feel real bad for Drew McIntyre. This was not
you
on time.
don't think he has a chance?
The problem is, so Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar has the belt, of course. I think that McIntyre goes over. I think Drew wins, but what the fuck kind of WrestleMania moment is he really gonna have? You know what I mean? Like, this is the biggest. This is like the crowning achievement of his
I feel
career.
like you need 100,000 people there to have a WrestleMania moment.
I mean,
Well,
you need a
we'll
lot
see.
of people. You need
I think you just need to put on a great match. I mean, I feel like, to me, people don't feel this way. I feel like Brock can really work. He just chooses not to work for it.
I agree. We've had that discussion on the show before, yeah.
But I feel like Drew McIntyre, they already go way back together. Like, he's not like a brand new dude. Like,
No.
him and Brock was in a company. Well, no. Yeah, when Brock first left. So it's just like, they're familiar with each other. This is more of a favor, just for long-time co-workers, of anything. But I feel like Brock could definitely give a match with nobody in the building. I don't know. I just don't feel like the crowd is going to be that much of a factor.
What I'm saying is, I think it will. I'm with you, Rodney. I think that match will work. I think it'll be a good match, actually. But I'm concerned. Like, I just feel bad for Drew McIntyre because, like, who wants to win, like, the biggest championship? Who wants to have the best moment of your career in front of, like, nobody? That's rough,
Yeah.
I mean,
Bad timing.
think about all the people that's going to see it. Like, it's going to be one of the most played shows in the world, pretty much.
That's true, because everybody's going to be just like, oh, fuck it.
Events that's still happening. So, it's like, I mean, I think the momentum still is. I think the momentum is still on his side. What does suck is the fact that the fans is the one that actually got Drew McIntyre over. With the countdown of the Claymore kicks and him just being more, more verbal and more, fan interactive. With things. I think that's the only thing that's going to hurt him. But it's just like, for me, it's more about like how much Brock is willing to do for him than anything. Like, not even having much people, because it's like, I feel like if him and Brock put on a 4-star match, that's gold for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, and he's
like,
Brock has proven that he'll sell for Drew. I mean, he took that kick straight on the fucking chin at Rumble.
Like he sold more for Dominic than Rey Mysterio because he was freaking bigger.
Thanks.
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Do you have a read on that match, Grayson? Did we get your prediction on that?
I don't really have a read on the match. I'll be honest. I have no idea. I don't know what they're planning on doing. I also, I'll be honest, I don't really care a ton.
Yeah.
It could be a good match.
I think people should be more happy about who they're on a card with and why it's going to be a watched Mania. Like,
Yeah.
you got Edge returning, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like Edge versus Orton is a major sell.
Let's talk Edge versus Orton actually while we're at it. I think that's going to be a good match. They're doing last man standing, so they're going to try to beat the shit out of each other.
Of the event, you know what I mean? It's just they should steal the show. Like, this should be their Mania, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't even be mad if this was the last match of the weekend.
Yeah, their promos have been great back and forth, for sure.
I mean, that and Taker and Styles. Like, I feel like you're getting two very important matches for wrestling altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that, you know, you got an Edge return in almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you finally get an AJ versus Taker. Kind of at Mania, but, like, at this point, it's just like, yo, what if AJ gives Taker a 5-star match? What does that say for Taker moving forward? Like, he still got it, depending on who he in the ring with, and I think that's going to be like...
That'll be a problem, though. I want Taker to retire ASAP. I want it to go well and for him to ride off on the fucking Harley.
Yeah, I mean, he just should have been giving up fighting 300-pound dudes. Like, he should have been in the ring. He should have only done Manias with, like, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Finn Balor.
Yeah, smaller dudes that can bump around you and that are, like, professional, you know what I mean?
You can catch them,
Yeah.
you can throw them, you could be more of a sell and a draw, just like dealing with the smaller guys. Like, I feel like that's what AJ's going to do. Like, AJ's definitely, he need this win, but he's definitely going to do the job because I just don't got them adding too many more losses to Taker's. Like if Roman didn't beat Taker, I would definitely say AJ Styles is winning his match.
Yeah,
But
AJ's getting his ass
Taker,
whooped.
like 2-3 years ago. Like, it's just probably not going to happen for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think AJ would happily do the job, though.
But
Yeah, I think he will.
AJ's definitely looking to, like, put a 5-star match on, or as close to 5 stars with Taker, because it's going to matter that much more.
Mm.
Like, to say, you know, for Taker to say, yo, I had a classic almost 10 years after my classic with Shawn Michaels, that's major for his age and his timeline.
Hmm. So, other non-title match, we talked about Edge and Orton. We talked about Taker and AJ. The Cena Bray Wyatt, man. Who wins? And like, that one's definitely not gonna be a 5-star match.
Well, so this is the thing. Like, I think both of those matches, again, yeah, with the taping of everything and stuff like that, they have the potential to be maybe some of the, like, they're two of the matches I'm most excited for, just because, you know,
Could be really entertaining.
Yeah, again, you can kind of do it like a movie. You can have the spooky supernatural stuff go on, which, yeah, those guys kind of need. A regular ass wrestling match, I feel like with guys like that, doesn't always work.
Yeah.
So I think that, honestly, WWE needs to kind of step up and really, like, do something cool for those matches, because I think they could be really freaking cool. This is the way you could get The Fiend back over. Not that The Fiend's not over still, but, like, this is the way that you can... And also, this is the way you can have a good friggin' Undertaker match. I don't know. They're having, like, a old school, like, back when The Undertaker was kind of cool. Like, you used to have, like, Buried Alive matches and... Inferno matches and stuff.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
got a Boneyard match, and we got the Bray Wyatt. They're doing the Firefly Funhouse match. So I have a hard time picturing Cena doing the job, but he really needs to.
Yeah, I think Cena's gonna lose. He has to lose.
He has to.
He has to.
I think a lot of it's going to determine on, like, his future work. Like, I think he's almost at that, damn, do I got to turn heel point finally? Like the pressure to turn heel again. Like, he ain't been heel since 03, maybe 03.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, but I don't think that Cena even really wants to work that much. I think he's just doing a favor, more or less, at a really weird time. I feel like he's not going to be doing as many He's already kind of working a way part-time schedule. I don't know if he's going to start doing more matches or not.
Yeah, I think he wants to be more Hollywood.
Yeah, I think that too, but I think he's still like, I don't think he want to be like The Rock. I think he still wants to wrestle more than he does Hollywood. But it's just about when. But it's just like taking up all that TV time is just like you're going to take away from other people. So it's like he kind of got to be away for 3-4 months at a time sometimes.
Yeah.
Just so other people could get on. Because it's like when they put John Cena in the mid card with the U.S. title, like that's just something that probably just happened to work. Knowing Cena was just like going to be taking less time moving forward. You know, we can put him. You know, we can have him on TV more because he's heading out. You know what I mean? But it was just time to build the main event at that time. And he took care of the mid card. But it's just like at this point, it's just like, yo, like people like him, they got big runs left in them based on how they're, you know, like they're portrayed going forward. Like I think on some heel shit, we'll start seeing John Cena every week again. But it's like, I feel like the want of the people wanting to see that is what's going to determine that though. Like, he can't win at this Mania. Like, you got to win over Bray Wyatt already. I mean, if anything, y'all got to continue to build that story long term because one, I don't feel like that story has like even gotten to its peak.
No,
not even halfway
not.
to its peak. Like, I feel like it's still a developing story, and it's just like every time John Cena is beating Bray Wyatt, people feel like Bray Wyatt will never be buried. Like, he can talk his way out of any hole. You know what I mean? But it's just like I just feel like they gotta focus on the course of telling their story a little bit more in long term. Like it's John Cena's turn to turn heel. I feel like that's the only way they could probably do it is with all the mystique of the Fiend and what happens to people when they lose to him and shit like that.
Yeah, that would probably be. I would like that as an outcome. Or like I said before, they just cut his fucking head off. Yeah.
And like some Brazil soccer shit.
Dear God. Yeah, so WrestleMania 36, it's gonna be surreal. That's for sure. Everybody, if you're gonna tune in, feel free to comment on this video. I'm gonna be posting this before hopefully get this up by tonight, tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is gonna be Saturday when WrestleMania first airs the first night at 7. So 7 Eastern Standard Time. So check out WrestleMania. Hit us up on the social media, you know, at People's Pipebomb Pod. At People's Pipebomb Pod on Twitter and Instagram. You know, let us know what you're thinking of the show. Yeah.
Wow. Wait, there's maybe 2 matches I kind of wanted to talk about. I don't even know talk about that. I'm just interested in.
What?
Yo,
Seth Rollins,
Kevin Owens got to open the show.
Right, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. I think that should be a great fight. That should be a great match.
Well, look, the only reason I feel like that match might not be great because it has nothing to compete against. Like, I feel like if Ciampa and Gargano was on the same the same card but different night, they would have something to compete against.
Sami Zayn is about to have a good match too, though.
Yeah, Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that should be a great match too.
I mean, I'm breezing through this shit because I gotta edit it.
I hear you. I'm just saying those 2 matches are matches that I'm actually excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan should add. What's the dude with the cage? Harper, Rowan.
Okay.
I feel like they should add Rowan. Like they should be like, I know a guy, so they can like fight factions now.
Yeah, but that's not even like Rowan, you know, Gulak and Bryan are like shoot wrestler like style guys, and Rowan's just a big dude with a tarantula in a cage.
True. But listen, Rowan he's a good big worker. He's probably one of the lesser stiff big dudes in wrestling.
He's good. They just don't often use him correctly. I guess if they kind of repackage him a little bit, it might work.
A little bit. I mean, I liked him when he was with Daniel Bryan when he was out there in the world.
But yeah, when they were doing that whole gig, that made perfect sense.
I mean, I feel like Daniel Bryan could definitely change him up a little bit, but it's just like he could definitely he could be an asset. Like I just look at like old Wyatt family matches. Like Rowan and Harper used to they was a surprise big tag team.
Nice. And with that transition, let's talk about AEW and my man Brody Lee. A.K.A. Luke Harper, formerly Luke Harper in the WWE. Now he's...
A.K.A. Mr. McMahon.
A.K.A. Mr. McMahon. He's the Exalted One now. What do you think, Rodney? Have you seen the Exalted One?
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
I just want to say, like, one, it probably should have. It shouldn't have been Matt Hardy. It should have been Chris Daniels the whole time. They definitely botched that. Like, it's even part of SCU. Is like some weeks he's part of SCU, other weeks it's like, oh well, they're SCU and I'm Christopher Dan. Like, he definitely should have been the exalted one from the jump. I feel like they was waiting too long to see what happened in that Matt Hardy situation.
I think it was really Marty.
Yeah, well, they swerved me with the whole. Yeah, I think initially it was probably supposed to be Marty.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be Marty.
And then everybody was like, "Oh, it's going to be Matt Hardy." And then honestly, I didn't expect it to be Luke Harper or Brody Lee. You know, I was pretty surprised by it, and I like the way they took the angle because now he's like a corporate. He's Vince McMahon. He's doing a Vince McMahon impersonation. Which I fuck with because there's nothing more evil and cult-like than the Fed.
Yeah.
I feel like he's taking unnecessary shots at WWE. Like, he didn't have a buried career for somebody who got there at age 34.
I mean, but why not take shots at him? They are the other company, and I'm sure he's like still salty about Vince like thinking. Just making him like this weird redneck character he didn't like. I understand being disgruntled. He got a new spot. I mean, fuck Vince.
He was ungrateful for the chances and opportunities that he had as a member of
Damn.
the Wyatt family. I just, like, no offense, I just don't feel like the Exalted One is going to work for him because I've seen Bray Wyatt in your role before. Like, it's just, he's probably the best at that role of all time, especially when it comes to talking. He's just not that good of a talker to me. He could definitely work, but he's not no leader to me. Like,
well, I mean, I think we're gonna find out whether it works long term. It got me the first couple of weeks that he's been around.
So it definitely seems like he's trying to push the Dark Order in a different direction. I think it's interesting. We'll
More
see
corporate,
how it goes.
corporate Dark Order.
We'll
see how it goes.
From the Dark Order?
What's up?
What's the fat dude's name from the Dark Order?
Evil Uno.
So this is the thing.
No, he should have been the leader the whole time.
I'm curious how they're gonna work Evil Uno and Stu Grayson in there.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. Is I'm really curious what they're gonna do with those two guys now.
How they're gonna shuffle them back in the deck.
Yeah, are they gonna kind of reinvent them some, or are they just gonna continue being like, I don't know, like the wrestling equivalent of like fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers putties? Like,
I think that could have worked if they didn't bring out the Exalted One. Yo, Darby Allin could be the leader of the Dark Order right now. Like, after his semi-heel turn on Kenny last week. Oh no, not Kenny.
On Cody.
Cody, right?
Yeah,
Cody.
On Cody. Like, it just would have been perfect timing. Like, he's too small to be the biggest and baddest, but he has like.
He's got some charisma. I mean, he's off doing his John Moxley thing though, where they're both like, I'm a loner. He's making his weird little arty black and white videos where he's like skateboarding and saying depressing shit.
Yeah, and they're also, it looks like they're going to push Darby pretty hard on this mid-card belt. Like, it seems like it's going to be he and, well, maybe it'll be, I don't know.
I can't remember the way the brackets, but the TNT belt, yeah, they're doing a television championship called the TNT belt, which is smart for a couple of reasons. One, it's called Dynamite, so you can do a little double entendre with it. And two, I bet they got even more bonus money from the fucking TV station to just call it their fucking name. So
TNT definitely they need a TV title.
Yeah. And that's basically what they got. So that's going to be an interesting to see how they develop that. Overall, gentlemen, I've been pretty pleased with AEW, the way they're working these no audience shows in the age of COVID-19. I'm really entertained by the AEW shows. I enjoyed, I like the vignettes and video shit they're doing. I like what they're doing with Matt Hardy. Broken Matt Hardy has arrived. Okay. We didn't say that explicitly, but Grayson was alluding to it. Like, you got the Matt Hardy versus Jericho shit where Jericho's out in his fucking pool drinking champagne and he releases the hounds and it's just a bunch of random dogs.
That was really funny. I thought that was hilarious. Release the hounds! That was good.
He put a t-shirt on the fucking drone. He's like, think about this. I don't know. I'm very entertained by the AEW shows lately. I feel like they're doing their best with a weird situation.
I didn't love this past Wednesday's show. The past 2 Wednesdays I really enjoyed. I was gonna say, Brody Lee's finisher is a bit of a mess right now.
What the fuck is it? I'm a little confused.
He puts you down like the Sister Abigail, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
like,
Sister Abigail.
Turns into a discus lariat afterwards. I'm like, wait, this is so convoluted. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
It's trying to shout out trying to get the Wyatt family swag or something. Yeah, it's and there's too many people that do that move to begin with because we can't have a dude in every promotion doing that shit.
Right.
Because that's Switchblade.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Switchblade.
Blade Runner. He does the Sister Abigail, as it were. So you got New Japan guy, WWE guy. You don't need an AEW guy doing it, but him trying to put a spin on it, it's convoluted. You're right. I don't know what the fuck.
I'm just mad at Taker because his wife does the Styles Clash better.
Yeah, Michelle McCool with the Styles Clash.
I thought that was great.
Steers clears. Woo. But Rod, how you feel about AEW? Bury him.
Again, wrestling is at a total. It's not at a total fail, but they should have gave me my blood and guts. Still disappointed about that.
Yeah, when will they? That's a way off. I don't know when they're gonna do that.
There's no off season for wrestling, and they pretty much making an off season, changing their.
Do you think? Good question. Bringing up though. Do you think they're gonna shut down AEW and WWE after? Because AEW isn't really set up for a finish, but WWE could just WrestleMania, Raw and SmackDown afterwards, and then just hibernate and air their back catalog.
So
both shows are going to continue to give content. No, I don't think wrestling is going to shut down at all. Just because they can control how many people are in the ring and pretty much in the stadium at this point.
Yeah.
They
They can be a little more strenuous about shit than the actual sports leagues that are all shut down.
I mean, they are rich enough that they probably all got tested. They know who got it and who don't, who can come to work and who can't at this point. So they're probably just writing around that.
Yeah, everybody's getting tested. Now, to be fair, I wanna be fair to WWE because I've been talking some shit today and generally do, but they've been doing about as good as you can considering how unprecedented all this shit is, as far as just trying to keep it on the up and up and safe and doing the testing, taking everybody's temperature, sending people home.
Yo, I meant to say this too. Andrade don't got no fucking broken rib. He got COVID-19.
Well, Miz definitely has that shit.
I was gonna say that I was hearing today that the police were trying to shut down AEW on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, because they were in Georgia. They were out of state.
At QT Marshall's, gym or whatever.
Yeah.
And the authorities showed up and were trying to shut it down. They gave them the paperwork and they just chilled to make sure that they weren't breaking any sort of whatever. So what I was hearing was that they taped foot matches and stuff to enough stuff through part of May.
Okay. Because I know they've advertised the John Moxley, Jake Hager brawl match that they're doing for the championship belt. AEW's advertised a couple of things for next few weeks. So everybody, this is one we haven't done in a little bit, but this segment is where we talk about news related to wrestling or things that are in the media regarding wrestling. So this is called Wrestlemania.
This segment is called Wrestlemania.
You guys can't hear it, but it's the fucking Matt Hardy version 2 guitar riff. Anyway, WrestleMania, gentlemen, I'm nominating that we talk about Dark Side of the Ring is back, season 2. We got some content there. Gentlemen, Rod, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Okay, cool. I can hear you, but I can't see you, but that's fine. Oh, there you go. There you're back. Dark Side of the Ring. Did we all watch the Benoit two-parter that opened it up? Chris Benoit. What'd you think, Rod?
Still think Kevin Sullivan did that shit?
They didn't even address that, right? Kevin Sullivan definitely did that shit.
No, they said he declined to be interviewed.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dude who killed a dude and his children and shit.
They didn't talk about the Kevin Sullivan thing.
Hollywood media is just not good enough for me, and I'm going to call it out every time. Like, you're not going to sit up here and tell me for 1 minute of the show, oh, Kevin Sullivan's the booker. He booked himself losing his wife, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're really fighting but having these great matches, and nobody ever retaliates. Like, dog, that man just took a beautiful woman from you because you were physically abusing her. Your heart is hurt. Because my heart would be hurt. I understand. Christopher, why did that shit, yo? I mean,
Kevin Sullivan, man. Yeah, they didn't even dignify it with the like disproving it. They just kind of left it there, which was some bullshit.
I don't know who's like directing or narrating that shit, but it's just like
It's Jericho narrating it.
I definitely heard it. I mean, like, is this like his show?
No, he's
I don't
just
think so, but
narrating.
he's just narrating.
I definitely heard him on that one and on the New Jack one for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't like it. I don't think it's like it's fully through the how can I put it? The tragedy of like what happened to Chris Benoit isn't fully thought through. Like, one, we're still shitting on a man whose brain was fucking bits and pieces of nothing. You know, we're making it seem like he just was a serial killer just going out. Like, the man was fucking brain dead pretty much. Like,
Yeah, I don't think they really talked about the
just get
CTE
past
enough
that.
either.
Like, yeah, like they had Chris Nowinski on there for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, well, first off, he's probably the biggest part after the murders of the case.
Yeah.
For discovering, like, yo, like y'all discredited. I mean, y'all overcredited him. You know, to if he was in his right mind, and clearly he wasn't. Like, even leading up to the events, like, all of y'all were getting weird signs, weird texts, you know, having weird conversations. Like, I didn't fully like it because, one, I just feel like it puts a lot of the heat back on Chris Benoit. You know what I mean? And even on his son, who will probably never get a legit paying wrestling job because of this. You know what I mean? It's just like, y'all just focus on the fact that, oh, this man went crazy and killed his folks. Whereas just like, no, these organizations that he was working for was allowing him to take whatever fucking drugs he wanted, you know, and destroy himself as long as he was out there giving 100% on camera. Like, y'all led that man to destruction, if anything. Like, nobody wanted to save him.
Yeah.
I can't blame all that on him when it's like he clearly the money motivates you to go to work. You know, clearly having a wife and kid motivates you to go to work. So you kind of know why he went to work every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm pretty sure she didn't have a 9 to 5 outside of wrestling, and never was going to have one outside of wrestling. Like, Chris Benoit is probably making like $2-3 million a year. Like, you're not. I don't want to call you a trophy wife, but you put your work in already.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you're raising your family and living.
And Benoit had they talk about it. I think the one thing that I think they dealt with pretty well was his social issues. Like, he's an awkward dude before the CTE or anything. Like, wrestling was his life. And Eddie Guerrero, his relationship with Eddie was the only real friendship that, like a real close, like, emotional bond that he had. And when he lost him, that shit made sense.
I feel like they downplay that a lot. Like, I feel like when he was part of the Horsemen, I think that a lot of that shit gets overshadowed. Like, one, on how Arn Anderson and Ric Flair really took him under the wing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that really gets like, it gets blurred as if like, oh, all he was doing the whole time in the Horsemen was fighting Kevin Sullivan. Like, yes and no, that's kind of what happened, but not fully. You know what I mean? And I just don't think that's completely fair. You know, but like, to just make it seem like, oh, he only loved Eddie, because that's what I got from that at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He really only loved Eddie. Like, they didn't go into like his relationship with Paul Heyman, with Perry Saturn, with not even Dean Malenko too much. Like, I can even see Dean Malenko just like being quiet on a lot of things, and it's just like WCW. I would think that him, Eddie, and Dean Malenko was more of a trio than they were, oh, just Eddie and Chris Benoit are best friends. Like, them dudes was traveling since.
Yeah.
From Japan to ECW to
WCW.
Yeah, like, they went the whole road together pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like it was more. I feel like it was more Chris Jericho influenced because now all of a sudden Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho were just these super best friends. Not saying that they weren't, but it just like it just made it seem like after Eddie, Chris Jericho was his next best friend, and it just was it didn't seem like that to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chris,
also though,
I'm
sure Jericho was traveling around with these guys too, because I mean, he was also Japan, ECW, WCW.
Indeed, but it's just one person's point of view, and it's like I feel like when people are telling the story, you get caught up on their side of the story. And it's just like Chris Jericho made it seem like one, I feel like I could put personal blame on Chris Jericho because like bro, it seemed like all of a sudden you got all the answers, like you just knew, and he needed not to be here today, and he needed to go grieve. It's just like bro, where was you at then? Like you should have been going to management, like y'all got to take him off the road for like a month or so, like let him get his mind right, let him get his clear right. I mean, get him some therapy or something. And I feel like, I mean, that's not your job to look at the other grown men, but it's just like, damn, if you're saying he's your friend, it's just like be a friend, dog. Like sometimes you got to go out your way to be a friend to somebody. That's what being a friend is. It's like especially when you're dealing with stubborn people. I'm pretty sure a lot of our personal friends, we know the stubbornness side of them. We all know the lengths that we might have to go to help or save them.
Yeah,
you can't just stop at like, oh, are you okay? Do you want some help? Like, as men, hell no, we don't never want no help. Every man should know that. And it's just like you got to be willing to ask 3, 4, 5, 6, the extra 7, 8, 9, 10 times you might have to just to make sure.
Yeah,
you got to make sure they know you're trying to make sure they're fine. It's like that's what I don't get from people. It's just like, oh, we're all fucked up, we're all beat, we're all battered. Like, well, somebody need to get y'all some therapy too. It's like I feel like y'all handle Chris Benoit case like he was in his right mind, like he just said one day, I'm gonna go home and kill my family. Fuck it. It's like they're talking about his internet searches after, that we found after the murders, where it's like, oh yeah, he going crazy. He's trying to get rid of the bodies.
Yeah.
Like think about that.
I mean, he was also like drunk, right? Wasn't there a lot of
bro?
I mean, gotta get drunk.
He was on everything, bro. He could probably get his hands on down there, bro.
For real.
Another thing that they didn't talk about that I was a little bit surprised by. I don't know if you guys heard about like, the Wikipedia shit that had happened.
About how he was announced dead on Wikipedia before people knew about it, or no?
Yeah. Something I think it might have even said like they also said that his wife was dead on Wikipedia before like the police had found.
No real way to really go back and check that, even though they say like we don't have the real internet access to be like, oh well, let's go back to this day and age on this this date, just to see. Like I feel like as soon as the news broke, somebody just said, oh well, fuck it, let's update Chris Benoit. He's a celebrity.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm saying like it even before I think the police had initially, according to their records, before the police had even like found out, like I think the day before there was an update on Wikipedia saying like that maybe he and his wife had died or something like that. I don't think it said murder, but I think it said that his wife, maybe that his wife and he had died, or maybe just his wife, just something that was really sketchy. Like,
I mean, I could see Benoit being fucked up and going on Wikipedia doing it himself. I don't know.
So I don't know. I'd heard that they had traced back who had sent it to some other guy who had leaked some wrestling information in the past, and who has ties to.
And you know who the fuck it was? It was Kevin fucking Sullivan.
That's what I mean, not Chris. Yeah, and who also had ties to Kevin Sullivan, which is just, I don't know, conspiracy. But
the Doc, man.
I'm surprised they didn't bring it up. I'm surprised none of that got brought up.
Man, these wrestlers been trying to clean up their mess for years, man. I don't know.
So
this is slowly becoming the Kevin Sullivan conspiracy.
We're coming for you, Kevin. If I can leave my house, oh man, I get you. I get you good.
I just feel like I'm not gonna say he wasn't investigated enough because I don't know the lengths of investigating it to him they did, but it's just like, yeah, he's a prime fucking suspect to me.
For real. Real rap.
Like one. Let me know, like, did you give him the date rape drug? Did you mess his brain up? Did you give him a roofie? Did you slip him a Mickey? Like, what got him out of his right mind? You know, it's like, I know eating that headbutt did it, but like, what medicine was he on?
Yeah, for real. Speaking of medicine, there's no better medicine than cocaine. I learned that from the New Jack doc. What'd you guys think of the New Jack Dark Side of the Ring?
again, man, I just feel like somebody's just gonna start exploiting wrestling stories. And all this shit is going. Like, I'm waiting for the Enzo and Big Cass Dark Side of the Ring to come up next, yo.
Oh, that's season 3, I'm sure.
Like, I literally was in the building, like literally in the stall next to Big Cass 2 minutes before he passes out at an autograph signing, and now it's like he's on the internet for something crazy. Like, yo, I just seen Bull 5 minutes ago. He was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Somebody just want to start explaining. But this new
I'm about to say Kevin Sullivan again, man.
you know,
Dastardly Kevin Sullivan.
Coming for you.
the New Jack joint. I mean, I wasn't surprised nor shocked at none of this stuff.
Me neither. Not at all.
I didn't know he worked at Smoky Mountain. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. That was news to me too. I didn't know his
knew
origins.
I never
knew
thought
that
ECW
because
was his first spot, but
yeah, I knew that he worked for because I knew that he and Cornette were boys,
Mm-hmm.
and that they went way back. Because I've heard Cornette talk about New Jack before, and I've seen Cornette and New Jack interact before. Like I knew that they were kind of cool,
Yeah.
which like is kind of hilarious to me, Cornette and New Jack. But
Homies for life. It's just
like, I didn't know-
doing big old bumps of yay.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, like it was interesting. I didn't know that D'Lo was with Mustafa and New Jack back in the day. Like that was interesting.
Didn't know that. Yeah.
All those old New Jack promos were
hold on, I
fucking
just gotta stop you
gold.
again. Yo, D'Lo Brown got to go into the Hall of Fame. He was part of 2 legendary wrestling groups.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Get him in there, D'Lo Brown. Also, get New Jack in the Hall of Fame first.
The greatest Eurocontinental champion ever, D'Lo Brown.
I'm just saying, yeah, the New Jack. I loved. I gotta say, like, it's kids don't do that stuff at home, whether it's the mass transit incident or the Vic Grimes shit or whatever else that New Jack got up to in his career. But I gotta say, like, fuck, if I really appreciate the fact that my man has 0 regrets. He seems like not at all. He's just like, fuck it. Just like, what do you say, Grayson, at the end? Something about like, put me in a wheelchair and I'm just gonna be doing a fucking pile of coke.
You know what, yo? You know what? Because somebody probably gave him $2,500 to sit down and do this interview or do this Dark Side of the Ring that they're going to probably make like $20 million off of. I don't know, yo. Like, I met New Jack probably like a year or 2 ago. Like, yo, he's a broken old man for real. Like,
yeah.
He's not there. Like, he really did that shit. No stuntman.
Oh yeah.
And that is the results. Like, he's Jackie Chan, Black Jackie Chan in real life.
Yeah. He fucking. But like, just the demeanor in that interview. I don't know. Like, I feel bad for it about liking it, but I just kind of like that he's just like, fuck it. Like, I mean, what other kind of response are you gonna have after you just own it up? Like, yeah, this is my life. This is what the fuck I did. You got a problem with me?
I mean,
just keeping it a bean.
I was kind of surprised because I hadn't heard that last story. Like, you know, I mean, we're all from Philly. I feel like we all kind of had exposure to ECW. That was definitely like my favorite thing when I was growing up.
I love the gangsters, as it were, New Jack and Mustafa back in the day. Big fan.
So like the mass transit incident and the jawing off the scaffolding. Like I
knew about that. Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, I knew about all that shit already. But the last one, the most recent one, I didn't know this motherfucker booked him. Was like booking New Jack like what 10 years ago or whatever. Maybe it was like more like 15 years ago. But like this motherfucker booked New Jack, and then New Jack just pulled a shiv out of his pocket and just started stabbing dude. Like what?
Bull started punching on him though. Like he said, he said dude started punching on him.
Yeah, no, like, dude seemed like he was trying to actually shoot fight him, and he was like, oh no, you don't know who the fuck I am, and just like just dug in his pocket and just.
I mean, you gotta have. If you don't have a shiv on you in the ring, you're not doing it right.
Yo, he is.
Gotta be ready to make some color.
See, the thing of fighting New Jack is I would come out bleeding. Think about it.
Yeah. I would come out already all fucked up. I'd be on crutches. I'd be bleeding. I'd be like, oh man. I just lay down for the 3 count. I'm not trying to get involved with that shit.
I will say this though. That New Jack joint made me see how fucked up Paul Heyman was, but he's telling everybody's out there and lay it down. You know, like if you say you want to do it, he's gonna encourage you to go. Yeah, it'd be great. You know, but
Yeah, he was nuts. The thing about
foreign Philly is like also, so it's like, you know, trying to get your business off the ground by any means necessary.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you think about what they were saying, what New Jack was saying about Heyman at trial, really says a lot about Paul Heyman. He
basically said Heyman got him off.
Yeah, he basically said Paul Heyman on the witness stand was just had the fucking jury and the judge in the palm of his hand and was just like,
The angle, dog. They got the angle. You dropped
That's exactly.
It's a good work.
It was a work.
Like those jurors, like they looking for something to stick, and it's just like nothing stick more than racism. Especially
Yeah.
you know, especially when you're trying to like prove it for money. Like, kid, you lied first. You know, it's like you lied about being an adult pro wrestler and you were a child. You know, so it's like you put yourself in the wrong. So it's like I don't think he ever really had a case at all. Anyway, like if anything, they should have just been trying to go at the criminal charges. Like that was probably your biggest win, but that don't bring out no financial gain for you.
Right.
No.
Right. Yeah, it would just get him locked up. Yeah, you don't get any money.
It's like getting him locked up would have been easy if you ask me. But it's just like, depending on what they're trying to go for, is like they can't charge you for everything. They can only charge you what you being charged for. So it's just like the fact that you lied and said that you was 19, like you completely in the wrong already.
Yeah.
Your homie said you was in the wrong, the midget that you came with. So like y'all lied. So
Damn right.
Yo.
I just feel like it's stories like that gonna be overly exploited, but I feel like you could do a whole Dark Side of the Ring on a whole ECW roster for real. Like,
Probably.
Oh yeah, Sandman alone.
I was about to say,
they had the Sandman on there.
I was about to say, it was hilarious to see Sandman. Hey, Sandman looks good. Like, considering, I feel like he looked worse when he was wrestling.
Yeah, he looks like he
better
got his
shape
teeth.
now.
He either has like really good dentures or he had his teeth done.
Yeah.
Yo, but this is the funny thing. Yo, Sandman is from like Bryn Mawr, yo. Like he's like a suburban kid.
Oh no, you could tell that he was from around here from when he was talking. I was like, yo, you sound like motherfuckers I know.
In Bryn Mawr.
When I was working out Springfield, I know this guy who went to school with him. He was working at Verizon with me. He was like showing me pictures. I was like, oh shit. He was like, yeah, he's kind of like cleaned up his act now. Like, I mean, because he gets paid to talk at that point. Like, you ain't going out there to get all fucked up and go kill people no more.
Thank God.
The other thing on this that kind of struck me was that the bull that he stabbed dropped charges because he was like, yo, all right, I got it. We'll turn this into an angle, and we'll like take it on tour, and we'll turn this into an angle, and we'll make money. And New Jack was like, all right, drop the charges. He dropped the charges. New Jack just bolted. Was like, peace. I can't believe dude was like, oh, I'll drop the charges, but we could turn into an angle and make money.
This
like,
one thing you
People are fucking. Yo, wrestling's a bunch of crazy ass carnies, bro.
Yo.
Yeah.
New Jack never said it was about the money. That's what that bullshit have got that part.
Yeah.
Like, you should have knew you probably never want to see him again after that.
Damn right. It wasn't about the money, kids. It's about the cocaine.
Oh my! What was it? Is that a Royce song? Is that Royce?
Probably.
Is that a Royce song, Rod?
Some slaughterhouse shit.
Yeah, no, it is a good song.
Yeah, man.
But it's just the way my man be singing cocaine on that song. Whatever.
With the cocaine. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna fucking edit this. Anything you guys wanna plug or mention before we head off the air? Any final thoughts on the state of wrestling? Yeah.
Word. I was gonna say, I don't know, stay inside.
Yeah, wash your hands. Wash your hands, you dirty fucks out there. Stop jerking off and eating Cheetos. You get your dick all orange. And on that note, alright everybody, so I'm Cole Keith here with Dr. Grayson Board and Fat Rod, and we are the People's Pipebomb Podcast, and we are signing off for now. We'll do another one of these sometime after Mania and kind of talk about how all that shit went. And anyway, love you all, stay safe. Peace.